So, against my better judgment, I watched the debate between young Earth creationist Mr. Batman and Ceratosaurus YouTuber Dapper Dino. The topic was, how did genetic entropy affect the origin of the first dinosaur, and does this violate the law of non-contradiction? Oh, wait. No, that wasn't it. The title of the video was Are Birds Dinosaurs? I couldn't tell you what this mess of a debate was actually about, though. This debate had more than just a nominal similarity to Dapper's debate with the convicted felon Kent Hovind. Not only does Batman use many of Kent's arguments, he was rude, disrespectful, and overtly hostile right from minute one. Dapper gave the same slide presentation from the previous debate with Hovind, which is very informative, although it has some anatomical terms that I'm not familiar with. That doesn't really matter in the context of the actual debate, though, because Mr. Batman might as well have joined the hangout 5 seconds after Dapper finished his opening statement. It's obvious that he didn't listen to anything he said during it, because during his opening statement, Mr. Batman fails to give any legitimate reason that the anatomy of birds doesn't qualify them to be categorized with T-Rex and pals, as dinosaurs. Really quickly, let me just say why birds have been classified this way by reading a quote from vertebrate paleontologist and evolutionary biologist Dr. Stephen Brusatte. Quote, "A bird didn't just evolve from a T-Rex overnight, but rather the classic features of birds evolved one by one. First, bipedal locomotion, then feathers, then a wishbone, then more complex feathers that look like quill pen feathers, then wings. The end result is a relatively seamless transition between dinosaurs and birds, so much so that you can't just draw an easy line between these two groups." End quote. This would unfortunately become the major theme of the video, as Mr. Batman wanted to talk about anything but what the actual topic was, which, although he is too arrogant to ever admit it, implies that Mr. My Parents Are Dead Bruce Wayne was completely uneducated about dinosaur anatomy and taxonomy, so he couldn't answer the question posed in the title. If this was a formal debate, Batman would be effectively forfeiting and lose because he was supposed to take the negative stance. Now, I said the same thing after the Kent Hovind debate, and it's relevant here. The scientific consensus among taxonomists is that birds have officially been classified as being avian theropod dinosaurs. Mr. Batman can disagree with this, but his disagreement is meaningless. To make matters worse, Batman constantly would try to steamroll over Dapper Dino, interrupting him, talking over him, and generally being a douchebag. Luckily, Erica performed her mod duties admirably and ended the open discussion in favor of switching to a back-and-forth segment with 2 minutes each. This is when the debate starts to get so tedious that it borders on unwatchable. I want to give a ton of credit to Dapper for staying aggressive during this stretch, and during the whole debate really, and telling Batman over and over again to stay on topic, only for him to pose his same shitty arguments again. I can't even remember what the hell he was talking about with his word salad, so I'll just put in a clip here of this bozo.
Like the name Mr. Batman, did you know, sir, that those letters are specified complex arrangement of symbols? The M, I'm sorry, sir, please pay attention. The M in Mr. Batman is sound. It's the it represents the sound in the physical world. Then if you added another M to Mr. Batman, does that increase the amount of information or does it decrease the functionality and the amount of information? Let me give you an example here real quick, sir. Hang on just a second. Hang on a second. I use this for elementary school children, sir. I'm certain you can get this.
One thing is, when you ask a direct question, I would like to be able to actually answer it before you go on to new topics. Now, as far as measuring information goes, tell you what, when you add an M to the word Batman, it increases the information. How do I know? Put it in a text file, save it out as Batman normally, put another M, check the file size. That's because I can measure information of letters using something called bits and bytes and megabytes.
Have you ever heard of the term heat death?
Yes, I have.
Great. Do you know that the entire universe suffers from heat death?
Well, not currently.
Actually, it does, sir. No, everything in our physical world is changing over time. It's the most well-established natural law that we have.
Okay, so you also don't know what heat death is. Heat death is the thermal equilibrium of the entire universe. It is the point at which work can be done, barring spontaneous localized decreases in entropy, which in fact do occur for essentially no reason, because entropy is fundamentally
Really?
yes, entropy is fundamentally a quantum function of quantum mechanics. Entropy
I'm
is
sorry, sir.
yes.
Just hang on a second. How about the law of cause and effect? Because we know that every effect must have an adequate cause. So since you're stating that, again, that entropy can suddenly just reverse itself, what would be the cause of that reversal of entropy?
Fluctuations in various quantum fields.
I'm sorry, sir. Have we ever observed that?
Yes.
I'm sorry, sir. No, we have not. This is simply your belief system. We have never observed a sudden, spontaneous quantum reversal of entropy. As a matter of fact, it sounds to me like you believe in magic, sir.
But since you don't know what entropy is, you can't tell.
I do know what entropy is, sir. I teach it every day.
I'm no longer going to address entropy from you until you can fix yourself on that.
I'm confused. How is it that an elementary school substitute teacher is doing lessons on entropy every single day? As well as why would an evolution denier say that things in our universe change over time? Also, I guess quantum fluctuations aren't real. Turns out Stephen Hawking was just a dumb idiot, and we can throw out the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Oh, wait, I think it's actually the guy who has my 8-year-old cousin's Xbox Live username as his handle who's the one who's actually wrong. This is way, way off topic. If Mr. Batman can't talk about the subject of anatomy and taxonomy, he shouldn't try to tackle quantum mechanics.